Nasir Khusraw was convinced of two things, and during his whole life followed these convictions. One of them was that we, as humans, have an intellect which made us lord over all beasts. And as he said, with the intellect we can seek out all the hows and the whys. And he uses strong words when he says, "Why do you suppose God gave you a mind? For eating and sleeping like donkeys?" The second thing Nasir based his whole life on was that action needs to follow knowledge. That is Islamic ethics.
Nasir remained in Cairo under the Fatimid Empire for 3 years. Here, he observed all the facets of the governing state. As Nasir had been in the civil service in Khorasan, he was able to judge as an insider, and he sang praises of everything he experienced or observed within the state. Nasir's loyalty to Imam Mustansir Billah was unflinching.
A tree of wisdom was our prophet, and from him each member of his family is with the same fruit. Today, the worthy sons of Ali have sons, just as the Prophet's daughter had sons. The sons of Ali are those who are the Imams of the truth, as famed as their father for their greatness. Their father spread justice throughout the land. Why then be surprised that his sons follow their father's wisdom?
During his time in Cairo, Nasir made 3 pilgrimages to Mecca. He recounts the grave dangers and extreme difficulties of the Hajj and said, "The Hajj is a journey to be made by Muslims if the circumstances of their lives permitted the possibility." He was very clear about the values that needed to be achieved during and after the Hajj.
O you who have washed your face and head in Zamzam water, made the Hajj like men, and come back without a care, for more than 40 years you've struggled, given little, but didn't take less for yourself. You have used every kind of trick, sold cheap cloth for the price of silk. When will all your sins be washed clean now? Don't let this corrupt fancy for the world possess you. There is no doubt at all that the pans of the scales are never washed clean by Zamzam water. While you may hide what you do with them, even from yourself, there is no such ambiguity before the sight of God.
Nasir is now ready to return to his hometown in Khorasan. His life's ambition to meet with the Imam of the age and time is fulfilled, and he now returns to his hometown in the far east of Persia in order to carry out the work entrusted to him for the dawah, to spread the message of the Ismaili tariqah. He was appointed Hujjah, a chief amongst Dais, for the area of Khorasan and beyond.
He traveled through Arabia and joined with caravans to make a 4th pilgrimage. We hear of the great difficulties and dangers he faced. One story recounts how he was unable to drink and eat the only nourishment available from the Arabs, camel's milk and lizards. Nasir would only pick berries from bushes. For many days, he would be without food, as bushes in the desert were not common to find.
The journey was so lengthy for Nasir and his brother that it took them to absolute poverty and deprivation. All their money was used, and they were traveling on a camel they had not even paid for. They had promised the escort that they would pay 30 dinars to him in Basra.
Abu, let us enter to have a bath. We have not been able to disentangle our hair for more than 3 months.
Yes, indeed. Let's.
Go away. You are madmen.
Mad? We are no madmen. We are aristocrats.
Oh, be off with you. Go away.
He doesn't know who we are. He doesn't know who we are.
Don't worry about him. I know of a vizier, of the king of Awaz. He is a worthy man, learned in poetry, and very generous. I have sent him a message, and if he will, we shall go and meet him.
But do you think he will? A horseman. What is it?
These seem to be dinars. He has sent us 60 dinars. We can use 30 to buy new clothes, and 30 we can use to pay off our debts. We must go and meet him.
Nasir, you never despaired of his mercy, even when we were most desperate.
This is truly God's grace. For within 20 days of being completely lost, we are once again in the court of kings. I have understood one thing, that this has not just been about the physical journey, but the spiritual journey as well. The two go hand in hand, only then are they of value.
After further perils along the way, the two brothers arrive in Balkh after 7 years. Nasir now embarks on the third part of his life, that of a dive. He traveled and invited people to the tariqah of the Ismailis. He became head of the missionary dawah throughout Iran, Afghanistan, Badakhshan, and all of Central Asia. As we know, he always emphasized on the need to acquire knowledge and then not hold it within himself. It made him feel personally responsible to preach and call others to the truth.